Hello and welcome to the Piqua Lady Indians Basketball Coaches Show. I'm your host, AJ Ganger. With me now is our new girls basketball coach, Mr. Bruce Fanover. Bruce, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. This is your first media appearance since being hired on, so tell the community a little bit about yourself.
My name is Bruce Fanover. I live in Troy, Ohio. I'm a school teacher at Miami East High School. I've been coaching high school basketball for over 20 years. Been a head coach for, 15. This is my 16th year as a head coach. Previously coaching at Miami East and opportunity here to coach at Piqua, so here I am today. Been married to my wife Rhonda for 32 years. Have 3 children, son Kyle, who's the head men's basketball coach at Edison.
Yeah.
My daughter Brooke, who works for Bridges out of Cincinnati or out of Sydney. And my daughter Tara, who's a nurse and works for currently Bureau of Workmen's Compensation, but will be going to Medicaid here in a leadership role. So
okay. So you are coming in from Miami East, which is obviously a smaller school,
right?
And you're going to come here to Piqua, which is obviously, I think it's Division 1, maybe even 2 for basketball, but I think it's Division 1.
Division 1.
It's a huge step up when it comes to that competition. What do you think about that? Like, what has that transition kind of been like?
I don't know that the transition's been tough because at Miami East, we built a very tough non-league schedule where we played Fort Laramie, Versailles, and Anna and West Lib and tried to keep it competitive. So from a competition standpoint, I think it's very similar as I look at the conference and, some of the stronger teams. And I think that we'll have the same type of competition. So from a competition point of view, I think it's about the same. But as I look at what the tournament's kind of like, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little bit different. I'm going to have to play like Beaver Creek and Fairmont and those schools in the tournament. So one of the big focuses is to get a little bit better record and get a little bit better seeding.
Yeah.
That's kind of my goal there.
So why did you choose Piqua? Out of all the other schools are staying at Miami East to coach, why did you choose Piqua?
It was time for a change, and Piqua's 15 minutes from my house. I've coached a lot of the kids from Piqua and AAU over the years. Not a real good opportunity to work with them because you're 2 days a week and you're playing a lot of games. Here there's an opportunity to get in the gym, work with the kids on a daily basis, and really work on some skill development. And I think that's a nice challenge. Winning records haven't been around a lot. Tournament wins haven't been there. And I think it would be neat to, leave my mark and get things going in the right direction for someone else down the road to take over and keep it rolling. And I think I like the challenge. And traditionally in my career, I move every 4 or 5 years, but
yeah.
I haven't moved from East, but I've changed jobs 3 or 4 times, and it keeps me fresh. So I think this is an opportunity to stay fresh in my coaching.
Talk a little bit about some numbers. So the last couple of years, we haven't really had enough numbers to have a JV team. We've played 2 quarters of a JV game, then went into a varsity game before. Are we going to have a JV team this year?
We have a JV team. We have 17 girls out playing.
Wow.
We've been scrimmaging, both varsity and junior varsity. Have a scrimmage tonight. Here at Piqua against Miami East and Olentangy Berlin out of Columbus. And we've challenged ourselves with scrimmages and we're getting better. And the JV's getting better. So it's just nice to be able to say JV.
Yeah.
I'm not a big 2-quarter person.
Right.
I like 4 quarters. I want a game. You only get 22, so you want them to be full. So my big push was to have a JV. That was my number 1 goal.
Good. That's awesome that we've got the numbers now. You guys can always come out, check out all of our teams at the Garbary Gymnasium here at the high school when we play at home, and all their schedules are on the Piqua Athletic website. Don't forget to follow the Piqua Girls Basketball Twitter page as well.
Yeah.
They've been doing a great job updating you guys.
Instagram, we're on Instagram, so trying to keep the community informed on what's going on.
Coach, talk a little bit about the culture that you're trying to establish and if it's working with these girls so far here before the season kicks off.
Yeah, we definitely have to change the culture. As I've said, we don't have a basketball problem, we have a skill problem. And once we improve the skill level, the basketball will take care of itself. One of the big things, I don't want to come across like I know what was happening here. I don't. But we're really working hard on an up-tempo aggressive. I don't want to say physical, that's not the right word, but we want our girls to work hard and learn how to compete in everything they do. Academics, in the classroom, on the court in a drill, on the court in a scrimmage. I told them I didn't care if we were playing jacks, I'm going to kick your butt. That's my mentality. And I think that's the mindset we've got to get here, is that you're going to compete in everything you do. And I think the other thing I want them to learn how to do is to play for each other, not with each other. There's a difference. I'll do anything for you. I've got you. Let's go to battle. Not, well, I'm playing with you, that's my teammate. No, that's somebody I care about. So we're trying to develop a culture of caring and let the basketball take care of itself through the way we do things.
You guys open up the season with a game here at home on November 22nd against Vandalia Butler. That's a league game to kick off the year. Talk a little bit about that.
I think we're going to have to talk to AD about opening up with a league game and one of the top teams in the conference. But yes, it's Butler. I'm familiar with the coach. We played him at Miami East for the longest time until the conference changed and they got cut down on their non-conference games. Like, we play 18 conference games and only have 4 non-conference, so you got to pick and choose. So haven't played him in a few years, but the coach there does a great job. It'll be a tough game, but we're looking to close the gap. I told the girls, I'm very much I'm a math teacher, so I'm a stat person, and we lost games here last year by an average of 34 points.
Yeah.
We got to close the gap.
Yes.
I'm not a miracle worker. We're not looking for 20-point wins,
right?
But we're looking for closing the gap. And I think that that needs to be our mindset. So first opening round game is going to be a tough one, and we gotta get ready. But we got a couple weeks here to get ready, so we're working.
Yeah, Coach, talk a little bit about some of the leadership you have on the team. If you have any seniors as well.
It's really interesting because not knowing the kids here, that's a tough thing. But we have one senior, Mahala Bragg, who's coming back from a couple injuries. She's been working her tail off just to get back in the lineup. In fact, she's going to get to play tonight, so she's all excited.
Good.
And we elected our captains. The team elected captains, and the 2 leaders that were elected was Mahala and Logan Spradlin. And they couldn't have picked 2 better kids. So our leadership has been really spot on. So, and I think if we keep the culture going in the same way with this kind of leadership, we'll make great strides this year.
One more question here before we let you go, because we know you got a game coming up here shortly, coaches. What are some of the games you're maybe looking forward to? I know as coaches really don't have those games, hey, we're looking forward to this game, because it's always the one game at a time mentality. But do you have any games that you're kind of looking forward to?
Yeah, I at Miami East played Troy every year. I graduated from Troy. That's kind of a game I get excited about, get fired up. I'm excited to play teams like Springfield. They've got that style of up in your face and pressing and usually pretty quick. And then you go to Northmont, they're more physical. I like the fact that there's a variety of types of games and that we truly have to prepare for everything, which I think in the end gets you ready for tournament, which, that's obviously another one of our focuses, is to ramp up some tournament wins. So I think all those games are huge. So, and Troy's always nice because I graduated from there. So I always look forward to that game.
Well, Coach, thank you again for taking the time.
Thanks for having me in. I greatly appreciate it.
We'll probably do this a couple more times throughout the season, but we'll let you get some games under your belt before we do it again.
I do appreciate that. So,
well, thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time here on the Piqua Indians Girls Basketball Coaches Show.